Hey, well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of the Studio Setup Project. Now, today is a very special day. My monitors came in, and I am going to provide you with the unboxing footage and everything like that. There's going to be jump cuts and everything, but there's one thing that I actually want to address as a more serious topic right now, and that's, sort of something you should expect because I go on little digressions a lot on this channel, and that's whenever I see reviews on YouTube of pro audio equipment from people that are not using it as pro audio equipment, it annoys the shit out of me, because if you aren't using the equipment for what it's meant to be used and then you're reviewing it wrong. You're not doing your job correctly as a reviewer. Like, yes, they're nice speakers, right? But you don't review pro audio monitors in the context of general consumer audio hardware like hi-fi systems. You don't do that because they are two entirely different animals. You are not meant to crank studio monitors way the fuck up until you see the cones shaking until they're about to fucking pop off. You don't do that sort of shit. You don't use them as fucking sub blasters. That's not what they're meant to do. They're meant to be at relatively low volumes so that you have high headroom and low distortion. That's the point of monitors, so that you can hear a crystal clear, unbalanced, uncolored sound, not so that you can put it through every fucking preamp under the sun and crank the volume all the way up until your neighbors hate you and want you to die. So I just hate when I see people reviewing pro audio hardware in the context of general consumer stuff, because that's not what this is. This is pro audio hardware. This is for professionals to use in pro audio. This is for game developers to monitor sound for games. This is for music producers to monitor music so that they know what they're actually supposed to hear. This is not for casual listening. Yes, you can use them for casual listening, but they aren't meant for that. And if you're going to use them for casual listening, make sure that you don't crank them all the way up, and just invest in something else if you're going to be getting studio. If you're thinking about getting studio monitors for just casual listening, don't do it. You'll be throwing your money away because you will not get what you want. You will just look around for proper sound systems for your PC, get a good sound card, and get a nice 7.1 surround sound system. If you are just looking for something that is casual listening, studio monitors are not for you. You should not buy them under any circumstances unless you are working in video editing, music production, anything that involves hardcore audio. You need to have a really nice unbalanced, uncolored sound, which most of you absolutely do not need. And on top of that, if you're having a truly uncolored, unbalanced sound, then it's not going to sound very great to most people. For those of us that mix and everything, we need that so that we have a clean basis to start mixing. But for normal, everyday people that just want to listen to music, it's not going to sound very good to you. It's going to sound very flat and uncolored and very unenergetic because it's supposed to sound that way. So don't get studio monitors if you just want to get stuff to listen to music on. It's casually. It's not meant for that. Yeah, you can obviously listen to music and stuff like that if you want to. If you want to throw your money at these to do that, go ahead. Just take into account that you're not getting, if you're only going to be using them to casually listen to music, you're not getting them for the right purpose. So, but unless that's what you want, unless that's how you want to listen to your music, then fine, because I know a lot of audiophiles will do that. They'll buy studio monitors to listen to their music, and they will use the monitors within their limits. But a lot of people I've seen on YouTube will just crank these fucking things all the way up and record the fucking cones going, and it's that's a really good way to fuck up your monitors, dude. Yeah, the cones are going to move a little bit, but they're not supposed to move fucking Japan earthquake, tsunami type shit. They're not supposed to cause another fucking Haiti earthquake or something. So yeah, just if you're going to buy studio monitors, make sure it's for pro audio, and make sure that if you're not buying it for pro audio, that you know what you're dealing with, because if you're using these as just casual listening stuff, you're not using them correctly or not for what they're meant to be used. That's just how it is. That's literally just the fact. It's how it is. But enough of me bitching. Let's actually get onto the unboxing footage of these things, and I'll just put you straight into that. There will be some jump cuts because I don't want you, to watch me faffing around with packaging. So without further ado, let's just get right into that. Okay, holy shit, my monitors are here. So I'll be doing an unboxing of these, but it's not going to be me fiddling around with packaging sort of thing. There's going to be jump cuts and things like that. So these boxes are actually two different boxes holding two different monitors, but they're taped together. Thing's heavy. It weighs about 35 pounds, so Yeah, let's dig right into these bastards. Really fucking excited to open these. Maybe I'll fiddle around with the packaging just a little bit because this part is so fucking satisfying. You know, with my really ridiculously skinny arms that look like they're fucking... I look like a fucking stick figure. If you ever see me in person, you will notice that I look like a fucking stick figure. So, alright, these guys are apart, both of them, so now it's just a matter of getting into the boxes and then unboxing more boxes. Because I did buy these used, like they were returned, because they were cheaper to buy them that way, but I have a feeling these are actually still sealed, like mint in box, which would be fucking marvelous if they were. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. They're fucking sealed. Like, there's tape right there. These are mint. Like, these factory fucking fresh. So, ooh. This is gonna be fucking fun getting this out, because, you know, boxception here thing kind of going on. So, yeah, let's get this box out of here. I'm gonna have to flip this fucker upside down. I don't want to let you guys sit through that, so jump cut time. Alright, here's one of them. I'm obviously not gonna open the other one on camera. That would be completely fucking redundant, but yeah, these are my Rokit 5s. These are the monitors, what I ordered about a week ago. So yeah, this is gonna be really sick because, well, this is obviously part of the studio. That's the whole point of this video. This is a part 2 of the whole studio thing, so yeah, this is actually a very important part. I already got the audio interface, but I don't have the TRS cables I need to use these. But, yeah, fucking stop rambling, let's get on with it, yeah? Alright, so opening the box, you immediately get this. There's just line right there. You get the instructions, stuff like that. Now you've got the monitor in there, right there. In here, got the power cable, so let's get all of this stuff unwrapped so I can, you know, flaunt it about on camera, yeah? Alright, you can probably already see the yellow cone of ultimate destruction and death in there, but yeah, let's stop fucking around and pull the fucking... I already had to faff around with this just to get it up, but there you have it. There's my Rokit 5 right there. This is literally just mint. Like, this has not been used at all. And unfortunately I can't use it yet because, as I mentioned before, I don't have the fucking cables for the thing yet. But yeah, really fucking sick looking sub on there. You got the tweeter up there. You've got the front firing base port, which for my configuration is pretty important because I'm going to have these things pretty close to a wall, and the boundary coupling would be a problem if this had a, would be a big problem if I had this just against a wall, and I don't really have any acoustic treatment right now. But yeah, that right there is going to completely change my production process big time. Like, this is very important. Very, very important. So there we go. That's the Rokit 5. I've been waiting to get monitors for so fucking long, and now I finally have them. Oh man, this smell in this room right now is something to behold. Like, you know that smell whenever you get like a new PC component and it just smells like new fucking, you know, plastic and silicon and all of that shit? You know that smell, you know what I'm talking about, especially when you buy a new motherboard. Oh man, that smell. That smell is everywhere right now, and it's the best thing ever. I fucking love that smell. It takes me back to when I built my first PC. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, I've been waiting for this for fucking ever. So let's get on to the actual, you know, proper maybe review of these things a little bit, although I can't listen to them yet. Alright, I'll show you around the whole cabinet and everything and just show you what's around there. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so here we have the back of the Rokit 5, and pretty much every Rokit series monitor will look like this. You have the level adjust for your specific configuration, so you are not meant to change these whenever you need to change the volume of the monitor. You're supposed to use your interface for that. What these are for are to change the parameters within your room, to change the settings for your room. So this is something you just set it and you forget it. So you have to tune them to your room. You have to listen to the acoustics in your room and see what sounds best for you, see what sounds best for your mixes, and then just leave them alone. That's it. You do not use these to change the volume. You use your interface to do that. So yeah, down here you have the RCA unbalanced, which I will not be using. You have the TRS balanced, which I will be using, and then you have the XLR, which I will not be using. Both of these two go from your audio interface. There are interfaces that support RCA, but I suggest you go with one that supports TRS or XLR. My suggestion would be something like a Scarlett 2i2 or 2i4. You don't really need more than a 2i2, to be honest with you, if you're not really using a mic, or if you're only using one mic, because that's a dual mic interface. So there you go. Down here you've got the on button, and I do know that the light up here, right here where it says KRK, that is a light that lights up when it's on, so that you know when it's on and drawing power, which is good if you want to keep your electricity bills low and stuff like that, because every cent really does count, especially if you're poor like my ass. So yeah, down here there's your power cord, of which you probably already have a billion, especially if you've got a bunch of consoles and PCs lying around. So there you go. That is the back of the Rokit 5. And on the front you have the signature iconic yellow dome for the yellow cone for any KRK monitors. Anyone that's a KRK fan or a customer or whatever knows that they do these yellow cones because that's sort of their thing. Whenever you see a yellow cone, you can bet your ass that's a KRK monitor. Not always the case, but you can pretty much safely assume that that's a KRK monitor if you're seeing a yellow cone. Up here is the soft dome tweeter for the highs, and that's your lot. Then you've got the base port down here, which is front firing, which again for my configuration works because it fires the bass, it fires the bass frequencies out through here as opposed to out at my wall, which would cause like massive boundary coupling, which would fuck with my interpretation of the mix and it would end up causing a dry mix ultimately, because I'd mix out too much bass and then it would sound dry and it wouldn't have that warmth, that bass that you want in a track. So that's the front of the Rokit 5. Alright, we're just about done here. I mean, that's as simple as. I mean, I can't really set them up yet because well, for one, I kind of want to keep that in a separate video for a bunch of different reasons, because I want to have, I'll be getting a desk soon, and I'll be doing all that sort of thing. I'll be setting up there. I will be using these soon, because I think my cables are going to come in the mail today, so that's fun. But these are my monitors. These are incredibly important for mixing, as I've already mentioned. So this is going to completely change my production process, no matter what happens, basically. So yeah, this is really sick. I'm really looking forward to getting back to work, because I've been kind of on a hiatus because I just don't want to mix without proper monitors, and finally, now that I finally have them, I can work again, and I can do what I love to do once again without having to worry about sounding shit. So fucking lovely. So yeah, if you like this video, remember to leave a like, remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.